Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, the death toll in the Monterey Park mass shooting has risen to 11 after one person died from their injuries Monday. And the man who rested his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk during the January 6 attack on the Capitol was found guilty on all 8 charges against him. Plus, Splash Mountain closed for good at Walt Disney World to make room for a new water attraction.
And we're hearing rain fall on the roof here at the station here in Victoria, and that's just the beginning. Severe weather risk today. Yes, we'll talk about that coming up in the full forecast.
An NFL quarterback was honored at the East Titans Sports Banquet last night. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astra and today is the 24th day of January 2023. The time is now 6:30 on your Tuesday morning, and on this day in 2004, the 6th-wheeled robotic rover Opportunity landed on Mars. And like its twin rover Spirit, which had landed on January the 3rd, it analyzed rocks and soils and relayed pictures back to Earth. Let's go ahead and turn to First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey, did you ever think that we'd reach this point in technology?
Oh, wow, just amazing. I remember back in the day, you would think about things in the future that think about happening, and it's like, there's no way that could possibly happen. You know, we don't have the technology for that, but it's really caught up, and great to see what's coming ahead. Could be quite amazing things, I'm sure that'll happen. And today, we're speaking of thinking ahead, we're thinking about this afternoon when severe weather threat is around here. More on that here in a second. 56 degrees currently, easterly winds near 10 miles per hour. The dew point's well into the 50s, of course, with humid air in the Crossroads region currently. And enhanced risk of severe weather, that's about halfway up the priority scale. High, of course, moderate risk, enhanced risk, slight and marginal risk. So that includes Victoria County, so we need to be weather aware throughout the day. This means large hail possible, damaging winds, tornado or 2 not out of the question. So please keep weather aware today. We'll keep you updated as we go along throughout the day. And also slight risk about Cuero to Goliad to Refugio, Hallettsville, and way out there in the far reaches from Beeville to Kennedy, Karnes City, Gonzales. That is a marginal risk of severe weather today. But a risk is a risk, whether it's small or large. So we need to keep a heads up about that, and you need to keep aware too. Dealing with scattered rain showers here, pretty widespread. Some areas seeing some heavier rainfall, and waiting for the afternoon time to come through when the main line comes through. I'll show you that a little bit later on. Wind advisory for all the Crossroads counties, except for the northern counties throughout the day today. 40-mile-per-hour gusts, not out of the question. And so we'll keep that in play as we go throughout the rest of the day today. High winds coming in, turning around to the north and northeast coming up by this afternoon, bringing that cooler and drier air in with gusty winds, definitely even higher than that, and some of the heavier thunderstorms. We'll talk about that and the rest of the forecast a little bit later on, and also a timeline for the storms moving to the Crossroads a little bit later on. We got that in the play as well. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. The death toll from the Monterey Park mass shooting now stands at 11. After one of the hospitalized victims succumbed to their injuries Monday, the makeshift memorial continues to grow outside the dance studio where a gunman opened fire Saturday night. A steady stream of mourners have placed flowers, candles, and other items to honor the victims of the shooting. As for the gunman, 72-year-old Hu Can Tran died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound hours after the shooting. Authorities say a motive is still unknown, but Monterey Park Mayor Henry Lowe said the gunman may have been targeting his ex-wife on the Lunar New Year. A Victoria woman was killed in a head-on collision Saturday morning. It happened on US 183, about a mile and a half north of Cuero. Authorities say 38-year-old Laura Yvette Rivera died when her vehicle was hit head-on by a tractor trailer. The Texas DPS is investigating the fatal crash. Cuero police say a suspect opened fire as he tried to get away from officers Sunday. An officer returned fire, striking the man. The 44-year-old suspect died at the Cuero Regional Hospital. This all happening in the 400 block of West Hamilton just after 4 p.m. Sunday. The officer now on administrative duties pending a full investigation by Texas Rangers. One of our viewers sent us a short video where you can hear 9 gunshots in the officer-involved shooting. You'll hear 6 shots, an 8-second pause, and then 3 more shots. The clip runs about 27 seconds. The name of the man who died was not released. A man has received his sentence in the 2020 murder of Aquarius Watson. Jose Gonzalez Jr. was sentenced to 40 years in prison after pleading guilty to charges. Watson was killed outside a local bar and grill on October 27, 2020. Authorities found clothing items worn by Gonzalez in a dumpster at a local business. A 28-year-old man is recovering at a San Antonio hospital after he was stabbed Sunday in Cuero. At last check, the victim was in stable condition. Police say the stabbing happened at a home in the 300 block of West French Street. 38-year-old Juan Gabriel Miranda Escobar is the suspect in the stabbing and was arrested. He now faces a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Police say this all started with a fight at home. An Arkansas man who was photographed with his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk during the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol was found guilty on all charges. Richard Barnett was seen famously relaxing in then House Speaker Pelosi's office after storming the building with other protesters. After his arrest, 8 charges were filed against him, including theft of government property for taking an envelope from the office and displaying it to cameras outside. Last week, Barnett said he regretted what happened that day at the Capitol, but that he did not consider his actions illegal. Barnett could face up to a year in prison at sentencing. Splash Mountain has officially closed at Walt Disney World. The ride shut down Monday as renovations get underway on a new water attraction, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, set to come to the Magic Kingdom next year. The ride will feature scenes inspired by the film The Princess and the Frog, along with the characters. It's a welcome change from Splash Mountain's original and controversial design, which feature animated characters from Song of the South. The 1946 movie has been criticized for its portrayal of racist stereotypes. The Splash Mountain at Disneyland in California also slated for a makeover, though a specific date has not yet been announced. All right, get your cell phone and scan this QR code. It's our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts, vote on our viewer poll, get the latest news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contest right there on the app. Submit those news tips, which we like, and photos. The time is now 6:37 on your Tuesday morning. As you can definitely hear it pour down rain on the roof here at the 25 News Now studio. Here's a look at what's coming up. Senate Bill 147 proposing a ban on governments, businesses, and citizens of China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia from buying real estate in Texas.
ABC's Justin Finch. California rocked by another deadly mass shooting. The suspect now in custody. The details ahead.
And the storm system we're looking at is currently in western Texas, headed toward us. Already hearing the rain on the roof here in the Crossroads, and that's just the beginning. Severe weather risk today. We'll talk about that coming up in the forecast.
Have you been told you have to live with your wound? There is hope at PAM Outpatient Wound Care. At PAM Outpatient Wound Care Clinic, you'll find the latest technology and the most committed and caring professionals dedicated to your wound healing. Our experienced wound healing experts and multidisciplinary team specialize in preventing amputation and preserving limbs.
I began hyperbarics here. I'm walking and have the leg, which is the best part.
Come see us at PAM Outpatient Wound Care, where healing starts here.
Get 12 grand off new Ram today at Victoria Dodge Jeep Ram. 12 grand off. And if that's not good enough, get low 2.9% financing for 6 years on new Ram trucks. And if that's still not good enough, get low 1.9% financing for 72 months on 2023 Grand Cherokees. It's the new year, new ride sale going on at Victoria Dodge with 12 grand off Rams and 10 grand off Dodge Durangos. We're making it happen today at Victoria Dodge, victoriadodge.com.
The tastiest handcrafted pizza made with the freshest ingredients. The newest games, along with some cool classics. The post-game party, win or lose. They're all made to be shared. There's more to share with a double-up deal. Get 2 large, 1-topping scratch-made pizzas on Joe Made Fresh Daily for just $24.99. Peter Piper Pizza. Pizza made fresh, families made happy.
And good morning, everyone. Let's take some time to look at the weather today. Kind of take you through step by step of what's expected to happen throughout the day. Scattered rain showers and storms here and there. Some briefly heavy rainfall. Some of these kind of scattered about, pretty widespread though, as we go throughout the rest of the day. By 11 o'clock, pretty much the same holds true. And then by noontime, watching the line develop in the western parts of the crossroads near San Antonio. And this is the main axis of the front right here, the frontal boundary along this line. And this is where most likely severe weather will take place along the squall lines that moves on to the east. Moving through Victoria about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and pushing offshore before 5 o'clock. Once it does so, with the winds turn around to the north, it cools down and we'll begin to clear out around here. And by the time we get to Wednesday morning, we'll front to the east, lingering clouds and pretty good snow event and icing event up there in northern Texas into the Oklahoma and Arkansas area. Temperatures throughout the day near 70 degrees by the afternoon. Here's the boundary line right here. And this is the line that'll probably be the best risk of severe weather once this moves on through. That's the cold front. And they'll take the severe weather with it, 10 thunderstorms with it again. And we'll take a look at this one more time. That gives you kind of an idea of what's going on. Scattered throughout the day. Main line comes through about the afternoon time, 2 or 3 o'clock through Victoria, with the risk of severe weather at that time at the greatest point. And then moving on to the east and begin to clear out after that. Your full forecast comes up, of course, again later this half hour. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. The number 4 now officially retired from East Titans football. Gina Perez has more.
Howdy Crossroads. At the Victoria East Sports Banquet, an NFL quarterback made an appearance. The Victoria East quarterback Bailey Zappi came back home and made an appearance signing autographs and taking photos with his hometown crowd. Zappi would be honored by having his number, the number 4, retired by the school.
I mean, this journey is, it's been full of blessing. It's nothing short of amazing. But I can honestly say being back here in my hometown, surrounded by everyone in here at this event, surrounded by family, friends, people that I've grown up with, since I was 5 years old. Schmitty, we played CYFL at 5, Texas football, that gets you going early. Again, I just want to say thank y'all for everything. Thank you for the support that y'all have given me and my family throughout this long journey, and I'll forever represent Victoria and the 361 for as long as I live.
Having his number retired means no one will be able to wear that number in the school's future. Zappi was joined by his parents and his girlfriend, meaning he and his family can now leave Victoria East as forever members of the East Titan history books. That's your 25 Sports Now.
We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today. Plus, you can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today. Plus, this morning, more deadly mass shootings in California. The suspect accused of killing 7 people at 2 locations in the San Francisco area now in custody. Those shootings coming less than 48 hours after 11 people were shot to death during a Lunar New Year celebration near Los Angeles.
South of San Francisco, law enforcement responding to 2 fatal shootings at nearby landscaping nurseries in the city of Half Moon Bay.
This kind of shooting is horrific. It's a tragedy that we hear about far too often.
Just after 2 o'clock p.m. Monday, authorities called to one nursery, finding 4 victims shot to death. A 5th rushed to a hospital with life-threatening injuries. Soon after, 3 more people were found shot and killed at another nursery. Heartbreaking headlines for this close-knit community.
When it comes home to you like this in a small town like this, it really does bring it home, and it's just deplorable.
Hours later, our San Francisco station capturing the takedown of lone suspect Chun-Li Zhao. The 67-year-old spotted at a county sheriff's substation with a semi-automatic handgun found in his vehicle. The motive not immediately clear, but Zhao is believed to have worked at one of those nurseries and is reportedly cooperating.
There are simply too many guns in this country, and there has to be a change.
The death toll in the Southern California shooting rising to 11. That majority Asian American suburb now canceling Lunar New Year events and holding vigils instead. And we're learning the names of some of the victims killed in that Monterey Park shooting, including 65-year-old Mei Mei Nan. Her family says she was known for her smile and kindness. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Senate Bill 147 is a proposed Texas law that would ban governments, businesses, and citizens of China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia from buying real estate in Texas. The bill, filed by Republican State Senator Lois Clokhorst, piggybacks on a 2021 law banning hostile nations from owning infrastructure projects in Texas. But protests emerged in Houston after some call SB 147 xenophobic for banning asylum seekers and immigrants from China, North Korea, and residents with green cards from buying property in Texas.
Senate Bill 147, and despite what people say, very clearly targets people who are here lawfully. It targets visa holders that we have tried to attract from around the world. It targets lawful permanent residents, or green card holders, as we call them.
Roughly 500,000 green card holders from China alone live in the U.S. Leading us to your viewer poll. Should foreign entities or persons be allowed to purchase real estate in Texas? All right, let's take a look. 13% of you say yes, and 87% of you say no. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crosswordstoday.com/vote. You can also scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. It's going to be a busy state legislative session for State Senator of District 18, our own State Senator Lois Clokhorst, in the assignments announced by Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Clokhorst is the chair of the Committee on Health and Human Services. She's also a member of the Business and Commerce, Finance, Natural Resources and Economic Development, and Water and Agriculture Rural Affairs Committees. The time is now 6:46 on your Tuesday morning. Still to come, New Yorkers trying to get cash 24/7 won't have that luxury anymore. It's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Daveed Diggs. The Hamilton and Snowpiercer star is 41 today. I absolutely adore this actor, Trey.
Very good, very good. Iconic singer Neil Diamond is 82 today. Happy birthday. To see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crosswordstoday.com, click on More and under Home. You see the KVU Submit Your Birthday.
Time is now 6:47 on your Tuesday morning. Happy belated birthday to Miss Terry Flores. We'll be right back.
Do you have pain, numbness, or burning in your hands or feet?
I got my flexibility back. Pain is gone.
Prickling pain often caused by peripheral neuropathy?
The Zappo feeling has gone away and there's no pain.
Are you suffering from chronic knee pain and stiffness? Or have you been told that knee surgery is your only option?
Now that I've had this treatment and I can walk a little bit, I feel like I got my life back.
Call Neurogenics now. Our physician-run medical offices in Victoria are helping our Texas patients move on from their chronic knee pain and their pain and numbness from peripheral neuropathy without surgery and without medications. Our treatments are covered by Medicare and most insurance.
You can move around, you can go back to what you used to do.
To get relief just for my toes, it makes me feel like $1 million.
Call Neurogenics now. Our unique non-drug, non-surgical, and non-chiropractic treatment program is helping our Texas patients end their chronic knee pain and peripheral neuropathy pain. Call us now. Neurogenics is standing by to help you move on from the pain.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a massive legal settlement in the fight against college hazing.
Nothing's going to bring back Stone.
The family of a 20-year-old Bowling Green State University student who died from alcohol poisoning while pledging a fraternity is on a mission.
When we walked into the hospital and Stone was on a bed with all the tubes and the ventilator and everything hooked up on him, Sherry whispered to him that she would not let this happen to another family or another student. And it was that point that we dedicated everything we can to help other families from seeing one of their loved ones go through this tragedy.
So what will the settlement mean for other campuses across the country? It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Weather time once again, looking at the temperatures to start off with 50s to 60s along the coast, and we'll be warming up a little bit by the 11 o'clock, 12 noon hour. Will be about 70, 72 degrees, and this is going to be the fuel. When the front comes down, the few of those thunderstorms are expected along the frontal boundary and the ones ahead of it as well. And notice by the time we get to 2 o'clock, there's the boundary right there moving through northern parts of Victoria County, and it'll be along this line right here where the most likelihood of seeing severe weather, a lot of lift on that boundary line there. So that's why we're looking at it later this afternoon for severe weather potential especially. And some of these storms could also contain heavy rain, high winds as we go throughout the rest of the day today. And by 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, watching the line begin to form out in the areas near San Antonio. And this is the line I was talking about along the frontal boundary itself that has the best risk of severe weather. High winds, of course, gusty winds, damaging winds potentially, and small to medium-sized hail, and also a tornado, not out of the question. But once it moves to the east about 4 o'clock or so, we'll begin to breathe a sigh of relief as the cool air comes in and clears us out for the overnight tonight. 70 degrees today. Some storms severe, so be careful out there. Watch weather developments. Overnight lows in the 39-degree range, clear and cold. Same thing for your day tomorrow. 57 degrees for the high for your Wednesday. Extended forecast for us here. Well, let's see. You get the idea. Coming up, clear skies for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we'll see more rain chances coming up by the weekend.
And now for today's question of the day. Which two presidents were also peanut farmers? Like us on Facebook, Crossroads Today. Post your guess to today's question. I see we have about 4 guesses so far, so there's still time until we answer it. All right, some New Yorkers trying to get access to their money 24/7 won't have that luxury anymore. Chase Bank announced Monday it will no longer offer 24-hour service at some of its ATMs in New York City. The bank cited rising crime and vagrancy behind its decision. Chase has several hundred branches in the city. A spokesperson said only a small number of machines will no longer offer the 24-hour service. Instead, those machines will shut down earlier in the evening. Mayor Eric Adams was not happy with the decision and said more needs to be done to help people make people feel safe in the city. Crime in New York was up 23.5% last year, though shootings and murders fell in 2022. Even small amounts of vigorous activity can do a lot for your cognitive health. That's according to a new study published Monday in the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health. Researchers followed nearly 4,500 people in the UK using activity monitors to track their movements 24 hours a day for 7 days. Then they examined how participants' behavior affected their short-term memory, problem solving, and processing skills. The research shows that spending as little as 6 to 9 minutes being active improved cognition scores compared to those who just spent that time sitting or sleeping. Researchers saw the biggest impact on executive processes such as planning and organization. Still to come on Sunrise News to know before you go. 2 Memphis firefighters have been relieved of duty.
What makes a terrific Tuesday, y'all?
An all-new Kelly.
Give it up for Emma Roberts, everybody. Last time you were here, you were very pregnant.
I was +1.
Yeah. So are you sleeping again?
All I care about now is making my sleep the most luxurious possible. So I'm like, eye mask, bath, everything I can do to get the best 4 hours sleep.
I will be a human you hate if I get less than 7 hours.
Yes.
There have been ups and downs over the last couple of years, but we persevered and kept moving forward.
And it has been awesome to see our community staying strong and working together when we need each other.
We want to encourage you to keep strong, but also know that when life puts you in a difficult situation, our law firm is here to help.
We are proud Texans who have each other's back.
So from all of us here at Cole, Easley, and Skiba, we want to express our deep gratitude to our community and encourage you all to stay strong.
Who will be nominated? Now this morning, live on GMA, the Oscar nominations are revealed. No one does Oscar like Good Morning America. This morning on ABC.
Jen Shaw recently was sentenced to 6.5 years. Being in jail is no joke, because I went to jail for 8 days. So y'all thought I was just a talk show host, didn't you?
And now it's time for today's question of the day. Which two presidents were also peanut farmers? I love this question, Trey. You always do a good job putting these together. All right, we've got lots of guesses for Thomas Jefferson and Jimmy Carter. That's from Kenneth, Albert, Melanie, and Christina.
Well, fantastic.
Did they hit the target?
Let's see. Dun, 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 they hit the target, yes. Of course, one was obvious, Jimmy Carter. At least I think it is. And Thomas Jefferson, too. Peanut farmers. It's National Peanut Day. Peanut Butter Day, I should say. So there you go. Thanks for chiming in the question of the day. Stay tuned for tomorrow for another question of the day to get your day going for your Wednesday.
Two Memphis firefighters have been relieved of duty in connection with the death of Tyree Nichols. On Monday, the Memphis Fire Department confirmed that the employees who were involved in the initial car stop of Tyree Nichols the day he was confronted by Memphis police have been suspended pending an investigation. The names of those firefighters have not been released. Nichols died earlier this month following a traffic stop. A confrontation occurred when officers approached Nichols for reckless driving. The Memphis Police Department says a second confrontation occurred in which Nichols told officers he was short of breath before being taken to a local hospital. Snow fell in some parts of Connecticut on Monday, causing some issues on the roads. Rain showers began on Monday morning and steadier rain turned to snow. Several crashes were reported across the state. Parts of the state saw as much as 4 inches of snow. Several school districts also dismissed early or closed due to the weather. Speaking of closures, Red River Street will close between Ben Wilson and Del Papa Streets today and tomorrow for utility installation. All businesses and homes in the zone will remain accessible. It's part of a $7.2 million Ben Wilson corridor improvement project, expected to be fully complete by August. Tax filing season began Monday. The IRS is ready to receive your filings on individual 2022 tax year returns. Thousands of phone assistants and in-person staff were added this year to help. The IRS says you need to have all your information before filing, file electronically, and choose direct deposit for faster returns. The regular filing and paying without penalty deadline is April 18th. For more on today's news stories, come to CrossroadsToday.com. CrossroadsToday.com looking shiny and new at KVU TV as we speed things up digitally. We hope you enjoy the new look. And we also want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Let's take one last look at our viewer poll. All right, today we asked, do you think foreign entities or persons should be allowed to purchase real estate in Texas? This is tied to a state Senate bill. All right, let's see. 14% of you say yes, and 86% of you say no. Thank you for taking part in our viewer poll. You can scan this QR code to keep taking part. All right, let's go ahead and get a look at our forecast. Trey, the rain is pouring.
Rain is pouring definitely on the outside. It'll continue to do so today. Temperatures 70 degrees before the front arrives. We'll cool down nicely after the front. And looking at the thunderstorms throughout the day, kind of scattered throughout the majority of the morning time. At about 1 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the main line pushes through with the greatest risk of severe weather at that time. So today, 70 degrees. Watch weather development. Severe risk today. Overnight lows in 39-degree range, cold temperatures. And chilly for your day tomorrow, 57 degrees. After today, watch weather developments. Of course, that's my main thing I need to tell you. Rain chance again by the weekend. Be safe out there, everyone. Carolina.
All right, thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Come to CrossroadsToday.com for more local news, weather, and sports. And join James, Don, Trey, Karina, and Gino today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Don't forget to check out our new website. It's looking pretty spiffy.